Take me out to California. Take me out to California.
Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Holly and I'm a speaker, I'm a vlogger, I'm a self-development coach, and I'm the founder of the Happy Me Project. All links to that are down in the description. I'm also a mum of 2 girls. In this video, we are going to be chatting about journaling and using writing to get out of your head. This is a very, very important topic and something that I use a lot. On this channel in general, I talk about positive mindset. I talk about it in a very straight talking way. So not toxic positivity where it's like, you should just be happy regardless of anything that's happened. You should never be sad. You should just walk around like a crazy robot without feelings. Yeah, I don't believe in that. So I talk about very straight talking, positive mindset, ideas, tips, tricks, things that you can do to feel happy more than you feel rubbish. I also share part of my own world and my daughter's lives and what we do and fun things that we do that we think maybe you guys might want to do as well. If you like what you see today, then subscribe to this channel. If you've watched a video before, drop me a subscribe, please. It helps when you work on YouTube and you work on stuff like this. It massively makes a difference when people subscribe. It's a little thumbs up, little tick in the box. So if you enjoy this, then definitely do that. And drop me a comment as well so I know what you think about the videos that I do and how I can improve them and how I can better help you guys as well, because that's why I'm on here. So today's topic is about writing. So writing things down is a really important tool in getting out of your head. When we have our worries in our heads, they continue to just loop round and round and round, and then we overthink and we continue to let them loop round. When we write things down on a piece of paper, we get out of our head. We're able to just keep an eye on the thing, right? Like, there it is, there's the thing that I needed out of my head, and it doesn't get to continuously lap around your head constantly. Journaling itself might make you have, I guess, like, think about a 13-year-old girl writing in a diary. You may well be a 13-year-old girl, I have no idea. But as an adult, you sort of think, writing in a diary? Oh, please. But this is a very, very good tool to get it all out of your head. Sometimes we don't want to talk to people around us about stuff, not because I'm saying be closed-minded, don't share, or don't don't work with other people and speak, and I'm a massive advocate of doing that as well. But sometimes we just want to work it out for ourselves. So when you write stuff down, journaling, you can do there's lots of different things you can do when you journal, lots of different prompts that you can get. In fact, I've actually created a list of journaling prompts. I'm going to put a link below for you to grab that. And these are just questions, thoughts, things for you to consider, and you're going to write things down. It could be that you journal as a way of every day just looking at the lessons that you've learned, things that you feel grateful for, and just working stuff out in your head. So you write in it, and it could be almost like a diary, but that with the thought process of, what are the lessons that I've learned from today? What are the things I am glad that happened? What's been the pain points of today? What's been the good things? That kind of thing. And just assessing the day in that way and getting out of your head. So that's one thing that you can do when it comes to journaling. And there's loads, as I say, if you click the link below, somewhere there'll be a link below this. I've given you a list of prompts because sometimes it's just about self-exploration and just working out some questions about yourself. Maybe you're watching this and you've never really questioned stuff about how you respond to life, what your triggers might be, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what makes you mad as hell. Like, you've never really properly considered that stuff. And so by doing this, by journaling, by working on your mindset, you're able to discover things about yourself and once you know about yourself, once you know who you are, you can find ways to make your life better. If you spend your life hurtling through everything, not looking left or right, just going to the next thing and distracting your mind in loads of different ways that we can distract our minds, then you never really get to explore yourself truly. You're just always looking at it through, I don't know, like, you're just not looking at yourself properly, and you're not working out who you are, and you deserve more than that. So journaling is a good way to be able to start doing that. Another thing you can do, Now this is something I really like, so I do less of the just journaling to get out my head kind of stuff, although I do that periodically. If I feel like I'm quite overwhelmed, I'll do that style of journaling. The thing that I like to do is something that we call scripting. Okay, so this is often seen in law of attraction type conversations or books or circles. And scripting is very much like visualization. If you don't know what visualization is, you're like, Holly, please, you're just bringing up all of these words. It's imagining. Visualization is essentially imagining things that you would like to happen. And scripting is a very similar thing. So it is imagining your dream life situation, your goal life, where you've achieved the thing that you want to achieve, or done the thing, or you have the lifestyle, whatever the thing is, right? You know what your own stuff is that you would really love to do. And sometimes we get scared to even think of this stuff, but in scripting, you're gonna have to. So you're gonna get your pen and paper, your pad, your nice notebook or whatever else. If you're like me, I love notebooks. Oh, I've got a new one actually. Hang on, let me show you. So I got some really exciting news this week that I can't share with you yet, but to celebrate it, my family gave me this lovely notebook. I think it's from Sainsbury's. There is no ad on this. I'd like there to be an ad. If Sainsbury's want to come and sponsor me, that'd be great. But how cool is that? And I got this wicked pen as well, just for the notebook nerds. Can you see that? It's a little peace sign. Anyway, I digress, but I like a notebook. So in scripting, the idea is to pick a thing in your life. So let's say you would really love to pass your driving test. And so in scripting, you will write in the present tense. So as if, you're going to act as if you have passed your driving test. And I would imagine perhaps there's a car that you want to get, right? You imagine yourself driving in the car. So in this scripting, when you're writing stuff out, you're going to write, I don't know, went to pick up the keys for my brand new car today. Felt amazing driving around. And I want you to think about your senses, because we are really much more able to connect with our goals and our dreams and stuff when we connect it with our senses of smell, our sense of taste, our touch, our hearing, all of these things. So if you can attach the senses to this imagination technique of scripting, when you're writing things out, you're going to say, you know, I went for a drive in my brand new car. I could smell the leather seats. I put on, insert a song that you love. The windows were down. The music was blasting. I felt like this. I could feel the steering wheel, and I don't know, you imagine it. When I picked up the keys, I felt the keys in my hand. So be really descriptive with your writing and really try to create a real strong image in your mind. So while you're doing this, you can pick different times in different things that you want to focus on. You know, if it's that you want to pass an exam, maybe you want to script out the feelings that you have when you pick up your results and how happy you are being in the exam, how easy it all is. And you're going to write it as if the way that you would like it to be. So although for some people, and I talked about this in my Facebook group. If you're not in my Facebook group, you can join that below. I talked it in there. A lot of people talked about it in there. A lot of people felt that they were scared to do this one. It's interesting, isn't it? And I get it, because they felt that if they wrote this out in this way, they'd almost be disappointed if it didn't just happen. So as I say to all of our goals and our dreams and I'll talk about this a lot, all the things that we want to do in our lives, we have to let go of the outcome a bit. That seems really counterproductive, right? We write all this stuff down. This is what I want to do with my year. This is how I want it to be. And you do all your scripting and your visualization and everything. And then here's me going, just let go of the outcome. But the reason I say that is that if you write down what you want, so you can see on the wall behind me, that's the stuff that I want going on in my life. This is my business goals and stuff like that. And I write that stuff down. I write, okay, this is the kind of skeleton plan of how it might look, but I'm not fixated on it. And what I say to myself is this: I will work this out. This is going to happen. So my top goal at the top, you probably can't see it there on this particular angle. My top goal is to have a self-development TV show and be the go-to self-development person in the UK and then the world. Essentially, I want to be the Geordie Oprah. I want to be the UK's Oprah. You know, that's just it. And I know that will happen. I'm not fixated on the outcome or how it's going to happen. I just know, I just kicked the camera there. I'm so sorry. That just made you feel a bit seasick, didn't it? I'm not fixating on the outcome because I know it will happen. I don't know the order it will happen. I just know that it will. And when you let go of the outcome of it, you allow yourself to be free and playful, and you allow your brain to think of ways to make it happen. When you obsess over something, you go, I can't even write that down. I can't even say it. Well, of course it's not going to happen, because you're fixated on it and you're panicked and you're creating an energy of like fear around it. Well, it's not going to happen because your subconscious, you've got your conscious brain up here who's saying all the good stuff like we're going to do all these goals, and the conscious brain's freaking out underneath the surface going, but I better grab onto this thing and obsess over it, or otherwise it can't happen because it's not really going to happen. Okay, so in a roundabout way, what I'm saying is scripting is a really good tool. Just allow yourself to play it. Don't worry about, oh God, if I write this down it makes it real and then I'll be disappointed. Just be more like a child, where you can go, I'm just going to write a story, and in this story I'm the lead and it's set in the present tense, and it just so happens to be all the things I want to happen in my life, and it's a really fun exercise, and I want you to be really descriptive, but it's powerful. It's powerful. So when you do this, expect that at some point your goals and dreams and wants and desires, they're going to happen. Okay, seriously, like it's so weird. Like I look on this wall now and I've achieved some of the things that I've put on here already, and when I wrote them down they scared me really bad. I was like, oh my God, writing that down, admitting that to other people, to myself, that these are the things that I want to do, and they felt massive. And what I tried to do was just let go of the outcome and see what would happen next, and seriously guys, so another thing that you can do is to write a letter to somebody. This is another good technique of writing things down. Write a letter to somebody, and this could be saying what you really need to say, knowing that you're never going to send it. You're not going to send this letter. This is you writing it down and saying, sometimes we need to just get out of our head. Maybe we need to apologize. Maybe we need to tell somebody how angry we are with them. And by writing it down, it can lessen the anxiety that you carry around with you. Maybe you forgive somebody that you're never going to say it out loud to, but you just let yourself know that you have forgiven that person, so that you're not giving that person any more space in your life. It's a really powerful, powerful tool to be able to do that. Maybe you write a letter to yourself and forgive yourself for something past you. Maybe you apologize to past you for not showing up for yourself. Maybe you forgive past you for making decisions that made life a little hard. Whatever it is, but writing letters is a really, really powerful thing to do as well. Last thing I want to talk to you about is something called morning pages. This is something I was introduced to at a workshop, a writer's workshop, and invented by a lady called Julia Cameron. And she talks about morning pages as a really powerful tool of getting out of your head. So morning pages, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do, so you have to set this out the night before. So you get 3 A4 pieces of paper, at least. Sounds a lot, right? 3 A4 pieces of paper, and you are going to write in that. You're going to wake up in the morning and you're going to essentially brain dump whatever the hell is going on in your mind, and you're not going to censor it. You're not going to think, oh, I shouldn't write that down because that might upset somebody, or I don't know, like whatever it is, whatever negative stuff is coming up for you or positive stuff, you're going to write it all down. You don't have to worry about the grammar of it or how it looks. You're not going to look at this again. This is to get out of your head. This isn't for anybody else. You're going to write everything down, and you might find as you start writing, you get to a point where you can't think of anything else to write. Then you're going to keep writing, but you're going to write, I've got nothing else to say. I've got nothing else to, nothing else to write down. And you might find as you keep writing that something else comes up and you write that down, but you're going to finish 3 pages. This is a really important tool, because often when we do that as well, when we write stuff down, some of the angrier stuff or the things that we might end up shouting at somebody later on in the day, when we get it out there, we lessen its power. Just take away its power, and then we actually might find that we work stuff out as we are writing stuff down. It's interesting, isn't it? When you say things, sometimes you shock yourself as well. So when you write stuff down, you might find that you say something that is a shock to you, that you've actually expressed it on paper, and it might mean that you need to then take action after that. So let's say it's something really serious, maybe you need extra help from somebody else, and you write it down, you think, I need to ask for some help now, because that is a serious thing that I wrote down, or that's a really sad thing that I wrote down, and clearly I need someone else to be here, or I need somebody else to connect with and help me through this time. So writing this down in the morning is a really powerful thing. Now, as a parent, I have to say doing morning pages has been more challenging when I've tried to do it. So I do it a little bit later. Now, I know that's not the ideal, but I do it as in I set time aside to get out my head. So I talk a lot about brain dumping, which is a similar kind of thing, but it's, I guess, a way of getting stuff out of your head and then sorting it into some kind of order. Morning pages isn't that, but I do a version, like a hybrid of kind of brain dumping and journaling, where I will write down just everything that's coming out of my head, and it stops the underlying anxiety that sometimes we walk around with, or the overwhelm, and we can't work out, why do I just not feel right? We get it out of our head onto paper, and sometimes you want to, after you've written that, especially if it's more challenging kind of thoughts and sad thoughts or angry thoughts, you might want to then rip that up into pieces, put it in the bin, drown it. My daughters like to, when they feel angry, they write stuff down, they drown it in water. Some people like to set fire to it safely and get rid of those thoughts. It's like clearing that negative nonsense that's going on in your head. So there's lots of things that you can do, but I really do encourage you to start writing stuff down. And I don't mean on an iPad or stuff like that. It really does need to be the physical act of pen and paper, pencil and paper. And I know that might seem really old-fashioned these days, but there's a real connection with physically writing stuff and it getting out of your head, rather than it being on a tablet. And let's be honest, we can all do without being on our phones and tablets really as much as possible. So use this as a way to practice self-care, practice looking after yourself, and let me know how you get on with this. Comment in the comment section below. Let me know how you find this. If you already journal, maybe you do, if you've never heard of this stuff, and what you find of scripting particularly, because I feel like that's probably one of the most contentious, like diversive kind of topics on this one. Let me know, and do subscribe to the channel. Thank you for all of your comments, all of your support. Do come and hang out with me in the Facebook group and on my Instagram and my Facebook page, where I do hang out as well, and I will speak to you all very soon. Peace.
Take me out to Collab.